All right. June, summertime agency masterclass. John Aspinall here. We're going to wait for people to kind of file in and say our hays, highs, and hellos to everyone that's coming in. We always like to do this with every masterclass. Keep people feeling personable, right? Making sure we know. Guys, if you're in the chat, we have a lot of folks hopping in right now. A lot of silly geese coming on in here. Just say, hey, don't be shy. It's 2 o'clock Eastern time on a Wednesday. Everyone's getting ready for possibly a short week, depending on what you're doing. So let's say hey, we got hello, we have Elise, we have Alicia. Oh, Alicia's here with her team. It's fantastic. I love seeing faces that I know, um, as opposed to faces that I don't. I don't really know what that meant. But today, guys, we're going to talk about John, you said my name right. You're awesome. Yeah. How else would you say Elise? Elise? Would people say that? Uh, Elvis, Showtime. Anya, hey. Elise, Elsie. Oh, Elsie. Hannah's here. Everyone's here. Guys, I love it. I love it. So I'm gonna turn away from looking at the comments. So hi Narcisse. I'm a Narce. I tried. How about that? We tried. I'm going to look away from the comments section for a second. It's that time of day. And the goal here today is what we're talking about is not just how to use PickFu, because we've been talking about that a lot for our agency partners, and you should be using it. But what we're talking about is using it for sales and acquiring new customers. It's a crazy concept, I know, but it works. I've done it. We have agencies who have done it, and I want to share that with you guys today. So the goal is if we have, well, shout out, drop a pizza emoji if you're from whatever org that you're at, the sales team. Because we had a lot of the design team and the marketing team. But if you're on the sales, you're an AE, a BDR, SDR, anyone that's in charge of procuring clients for your org, drop a pizza emoji. We got fireflies in here. Oh, so many fireflies. All the AI. So drop a pizza emoji if you're here with your sales team, because this one's really for you guys. So as an agency, when you're looking to procure new clients, what are you doing? So you're either taking lead lists, you're going on LinkedIn DMs, you're going cold emailing, you're prospecting, you're trying to make a really compelling case for the prospect to reply back to you to then do what? To then get on a discovery call where you're doing a Zoom or Google Meet face to face and then talk about the pain that they're having and how you can help them. And sometimes it's a one call close, sometimes it requires call number two, and then you're going into deeper metrics and maybe back end analytics on their account, the PPC stuff, all that kind of thing. But the thing is, how are you getting them on the call? So most folks in emails, they don't know you, they don't trust you. So you have to give value first. And being a PickFu certified agency gives you access to giving those folks value and doesn't cost you anything. Pretty cool, right? I know everyone's like, shut up, John. Oh, am I already screen sharing? I'm already screen sharing. And hold on a second. I was screen sharing and I was giving up the goods and I wasn't, no one even told me. Adrian didn't even tell me. What kind of producers are we running here? I was screen sharing already. I was going to do the dramatic thing where I open it up, but the drama's gone, folks. Uh, she's always supposed to be. I don't know. It's that kind of day. So let me screen share again since you guys are already taking a little peek ski at my screen. Cool. And what I want to talk about today is the free daily mini poll. Now, as a PickFu certified agency, you get this. It's a free poll, 5-person poll, very small, but very powerful, every single day. So for the month of July, you got 31 of them because there's 31 days. February, you don't bank so much because it's a shorter month. But July, those months, like you're getting a ton of them. And I'm going to show you how you can be using that in your business. Pretty cool? Pretty cool. Okay. So I want to get engagement. Everyone can see my screen. I know you can, but just what am I looking at? Am I looking at dog food, dog supplements, baby wipes? Just want to make sure everyone knows what I'm looking at. I'm that teacher. Good thing I was never a teacher in school. I would force kids to raise their hands and participate, or I wouldn't even continue with the class. So thank the youth of America that I'm not a teacher. Shampoo, beautiful. Thank you. Good. just pulling engagement out of you folks. So let's say, for example, you are in sales and you have in your lead list through Apollo, Clay, Hunter, whatever you're using, you're like, oh, cool. I'm going to contact Miel. Maybe I said that right. And now you want to show them value. And what you're typically going to do is probably a Loom video going through the ASIN, which is really good. I've done that when I worked at agencies. I would send a personalized email with a Loom video going into the ASIN. Maybe we won't pick that one because that's a bestseller. But let's say well, actually, that one's crushing it too. But I want to pick one, for example, that's maybe not so, geez, everyone's buying shampoo. I'm a bald person. I don't buy shampoo. So let's go down here. Let's look at this one. Beautiful. So what I would do, it's R and Co. I would go here and I would typically say, hey, maybe you want to have a better hero image and you want to show a person and all this kind of stuff. And I would go through a Loom video and do all this kind of stuff. Now, what I'm talking about doing is using PickFu because they don't trust you. They don't know you. So what we would do in a PickFu with that mini poll is I would take a screenshot right here of the search engine result page, just like this, right? And I'm going to grab it. I have a cool tool. It's called Dropover. You guys have probably seen it before. I don't like stuff on my desktop. Just stay over there. Then I'm going to go back to PickFu, right? And I'm going to use my free daily mini poll. I'm going to use it. Now I'm going to go over here. I'm going to make it a click test. Now remember, it's a small poll, right? So it's free. Don't let that deter you. So you're only going to get 5 clicks out of this. But those are 5 powerful clicks. So now I'm going to go over here and I'm going to say, if you were shopping on Amazon for shampoo, which product would you click on to purchase and why? Simple, easy, that. Keep it at 1 click. Now, inside this, you can't do any targeting or anything like that. It's a freebie, but it's still going to give visual value. And that's why I like the click test, because it's not the kind of thing you have to look at the responses and look at the feedback. But I'll show you that in a second. But visually, it's very, very compelling, right? So I'm going to preview and pay, which is I'm paying nothing because it's free. Free 99. Okay. It's already running off to the races. Cool. I don't need this anymore. Now we do have a new results page. Anyone using the new results page on their end, or have they seen it? Because I want to click on it and show you guys too, because it's cool. It's a little refresh, a little nice, a little confetti. So this is the new results page over here. So now you can see we're waiting on respondents, but it's going to be super snappy because it's a very low amount of respondents and there's no targeting. So we're going to come back to this in a second, but I'm going to show you how you can use this to then include in your cold outbound to make it very, very compelling. So if people are clicking on, Ginger Lily or Botanic Earth, or if no one's clicking over here, that visual is super powerful. And it's not like you're just mocking it up and just saying, hey, I'm making up clicks. This is consumer research, and it's going to make you look like a rock star that you invested time, energy, money. They don't know that this is free into you giving them value. So they're already like, they looked at our products. They ran consumer insight and research. They took the time to do all this kind of stuff. Well, let me give them a shot. And time after time, whenever I've done this at agencies prior in the past, this has always yielded more of a reply and more likely to book a discovery call. Is anyone using this right now? Probably not. Only super pro agencies, and they're busy with their clients right now. They couldn't come here. I'm just kidding. So this is going to be this one over here. Now I can't run another mini poll again because I already ran mine for the day. But what I want to show you is how you would then do a similar one as if it was a mini poll for this one right here. So now let's say that just based on apples to apples or based on alignment or just for whatever data point that that their direct competitor might be Davines right here. Similar in price, similar in units sold, kind of similar in reviews, similar in size, offering like that. So you can do the click test, right? Or you can, if you know hyper specifically that they have this competitor, you can then do, right? And I'm going to do a regular poll. So it's not going to show free and it's not going to show 5. The lowest I'll get is 15. But then what you can do, right, is you can take their competitor here and them right here, and then bring these into a head to head, right? So we're going to ask the same thing again, and it's going to pop up because PickFu is awesome. Perfect. So we're going to change which one would you choose choose to purchase and why, right? So now it's a head to head. Now it's this or that. So I'm going to run this and I'm not going to do any specific targeting again because I'm acting as if it's a mini poll. Just forget that it's 15 because it would be 5. But I just want to be able to show you what that looks like for you to then show the prospect. Now, again, so all the good stuff that you can be doing in a regular poll, you're doing these in mini polls and you're doing these every single day. And I would recommend not sending these out to a rando kind of contact. And when I say rando, like a one off, maybe they're good for us, maybe they're not. But if you're like, this is one that we want to close the deal, we want to get them on the horn right away, this is what you're sending out to them. Now, you're doing this either in a regular text email and then including the screenshot over here, or including the screenshot and including the link to the PickFu poll because it's shareable. But I will say for email deliverability, and I'm not an email deliverability pro, usually emails with links inside them might go to spam if they don't know you. So be a little bit careful with that. That's why I'm saying show it in the like a screenshot of it. Or if you're in the workflow of doing those Loom or Vidyard kind of style videos, then you can have this open. And when you're reviewing the ASIN and giving value, you can say, hey, it's not just what I think. I ran consumer insight, and then click over to the PickFu tab and show them exactly why, right? Pretty cool. So 30 of you in here, and no one's saying how cool this is. Stop it now. You know you guys didn't think of this before. This is game changing. So you can see right here, look at this. Now we have, remember, R and Co is who we're targeting. So Tea Tree got a click, and Herbal Essence. So it's great price for the quantity. They like the pump top. Tea Tree over here, I love Tea Tree, and I prefer a pump style dispenser, right? So going over here, what if they had a pump style dispenser? What if that was something that they didn't know that they should go to market with? Now you're giving them ideas and you're giving them value before they even hopped on the phone with you. So they're 1000% going to be very much inclined to chatting with you over this, right? So you can see over here, we're losing. So both of these examples are fantastic for R and Co. For you to, and you can see it's snappy, super snappy. Look at this. Now you will find when you have something that's very much a high brand name, like a household brand name, like Herbal Essence, sometimes it's going to skew towards, I know that name, I know Dove, I know Dawn, I know all these kind of guys. So you want to try your best, maybe not to include them to skew the data a little bit. But in something like this here, look at this. This is a slam dunkaroni if it was to end right here to show R and Co, right? And the reasoning is the television branding on the other option is confusing to me. So they don't understand. It's not even like they like this one. They're confused by this. I love the design. It sounds appealing. It says it's a moisturizing shampoo with melon extract. There really isn't any information about what type of hair option A is for. So again, you're giving them, hey, you lost. People are picking your competitor over you. And here are the reasons why. So you're giving value, value, value. And a lot of people like Gary Vaynerchuk, Alex Hormozi, all these like super polarizing gurus talk about giving value first. And when you give value first in your outreach and prospecting, people, even if they don't contact you back, they remember you. And the folks that do appreciate that, and they were like, you gave this to me for free. Well, if I paid you, how much better or how much more information or value am I going to be getting from you? Okay, this is cool. Jeff Skolnick's in here. This is so cool. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool to make more with what you already have. And as a PickFu agency, if you guys already have this, so why not use it? Like, look at this. Okay, maybe I'm getting a little bit too close for this. So always run it and make sure, right? So if you run it and that they're the winner, don't think you can't share it with them. So for example, in this head-to-head one, if R and Co was the winner, you might think, oh, I can't share this with them. They're the winner. No, they still didn't get a portion of the business. And you still want to be able to show this to them because this kind of stuff is important. It doesn't say what kind of hair it's for, it doesn't say why. These are all value props that you can be adding. Even if they won the PickFu, and I tell people that use this all the time, even though an option won, it doesn't mean that that's the best. You still lost some market share over here. So looking at that, understanding how we can then make it better to get all the clicks. Know what I mean? So with something like this, let me just refresh this over here. So you can see this is, so let's say this was done and we're going to let this go, but let's say this was done. Then what you'd want to do, like I said, is come over here and just take a screenshot. Just take a little screenshot like this. Okay. I have a cool little screenshot tool. I like to make my screenshots look a little nicer. So, you know, if you want to jazz it up like that, again, this is not part of PickFu. This is just me being OCD, right? Is then you can then take and say, hey, here, here, right? And then here, like you didn't get any clicks and these guys got clicks, right? So now taking this, going to my email, no one look at my emails. Don't look at my emails, nosy. And then you're saying, hey, RN Co team, and then whatever your cold outbound is, and then you're putting this in there, right? Hey, I did some consumer insight XYZ and showcasing no clicks, click, click. And then if you want to really like drive the nail home a little further, right? You can pull out the responses and include that in a screenshot too, right? If you want to just go above and beyond. So you see how we're doing value over here? We're just giving immense value and we're getting them to say, hey, you don't have to trust me. I run the data. I run consumer insights. Everything we do is data driven. So here's why no one's clicking on you and all these issues. Hey, we can fix that. And then they're going to say one of two things. Cool. Thanks for the free information. I'll go try and do it myself. And that's okay. It's going to happen. But remember, even if they don't go with you, they're going to think in the back of your head, wait a minute, remember that 6 months from now, a year from now, they had some good stuff. They could come back. But the folks that are like, this is amazing, they're going to book a call at least to find out more about how you can solve these problems. And that's the time when you come in and slam dunk on them and say, hey, when we design things, we use PickFu. We build and design based on consumers and the ICPs and the audiences. We don't go off of our gut instinct. We go off of what shoppers want. Cool. Give you another example. So let's say you were doing this for, I don't know. Let's say I don't want to go to the typical stuff I go to all the time. I'm going to go to deodorant. I don't know why I always go to like beauty and healthcare stuff. So let's say we're talking to, let's pick a non brick and mortar store here, Salt and Stone. So it doesn't always have to be the SERP and the search engine result page, the SERP. It doesn't always have to be the click. It could be a lot of different, think of different ways that you can provide value, right? So the hero image is one, the search engine result page is another. But if you come to a listing and a prospect has a really messy parentage where it's like, I'm confused at this, right? I don't really understand that. That's okay. So you can go over here and say, grab this and run this in the PickFu. Right. And what you can say in that is very simply, and we're going to run this like this. We're not going to do a head to head. We're going to do open ended. So if you were shopping on Amazon for deodorant, is this, I don't want to say parentage because that's like a term for Amazon. Is this selection style clear enough for you to make a purchase? If not, why? And then you're focusing on a pain point that you found in their listing, and you're not the ones that are just telling them that. You're also getting the backup, the squad behind you of the consumers and the audiences saying, yeah, I don't know where to click on this. I don't know what, you know, the scents are. It's not clear about what it's doing on why is this a box and this is over here. So don't just think of it as the hero image in the SERP, because sometimes it's not always going to work if there's a big brick and mortar brand right next to them, because it's always going to gravitate towards that. But if you find other deficiencies or areas of improvement that you find as an agency that you can help with, use the daily mini poll to back you up with what you're saying. So that can be the parentage, the variations, that could be the bullet points, right? So you can take a screenshot of the bullet points and say, hey, if you're shopping on Amazon for deodorant, are these bullet points compelling enough for you to make a purchase? And they're going to say, no, it's not. Doesn't say this, doesn't say that. Oh, great. Thank you. Good information for me to know. All the way into, and of course, the listing I pull up doesn't have A plus content. That would be a great one for you to talk about how you don't have A plus content, and you should have that in 2025. But let's say don't contact these people because it's a huge. I'm pretty sure this is a big box store. Maybe it's not brand, but come over here, right? So you can take the A plus and run those daily mini polls with an open ended or a click test with the A plus. So going over here, you can capture the entire A plus like this. Okay. And now I have the A plus over here, and I can run that exact same PickFu that I wanted to do, right? So instead of this, let's say I drop this over here. Remove this option. You'll notice it'll go from head to head to open-ended. So now if you were shopping on Amazon for deodorant, is this product detail page clear enough for you to make a purchase? If not, why? So you could take all the different elements inside of what you're focusing on and run it through PickFu. So I know I talk about the search engine result page. That's the most powerful one. So if you could do that, that's a good one. Or the head to head for the different images, right? So you can see we're done over here. These guys got no clicks. So shout out to anyone that's in sales and want to do prospecting. Go reach out to R & Co. Take a screenshot here. It's my gift to you. If I go over here to this one, are they crushing it? It's even Steven, right? But again, these are things that they're not doing that they could be doing better, or utilizing different aspects of the PDP, the product detail page. So if they're A plus stinks, or if they have no brand story module, or if they're not really having a good parentage or variation, highlight that and run it. Now, remember, you get one a day, but if you find that you have this monster whale of a lead and you want them to get on the horn with you and you don't have your free daily mini poll, breathe. It's okay. What you're going to do is you're not going to run a 75 person. You're going to drill it all the way down to 15. Keep it on US, right? You want to target it very minimal. We're talking very minimal kind of stuff, right? And keep it on Amazon Prime. So 15 people, open-ended, Amazon Prime. Just this right here, $14, right? So you're still gonna have to pay for it, right? Well, Adrian, does agencies get this same kind of discount, or is theirs really like 18 bucks? I forget, because I'm elite Illuminati level. So, but either way, even if it was 18 or $14, what you want to do is, oh, okay, yeah, she's going to double check, but I think it's that. So $14, right? Again, if you're out of your mini poll, this is $14 for you to have in front of like the whale, where you're like, hey, like I know other agencies are pitching them. Let me throw my hat in the ring, but let me lead with value, right? So this would be like $14 well spent for this kind of thing. Yep, agencies get 20. So your price would be the 14.40, not the 18. So $14.40. Again, don't do this with everyone spraying and praying, but for those hyper targeted ones where you're like, if I land this one, this is a $20,000 commission for me, something like that. Think of it on your end, right? Where it's like, even if you paid for it yourself, I'm not saying offer, but if you paid for it out of your own pocket as a salesperson, right, and you were able to land it, that's money well spent. So that's the thing, right? You get the free daily mini polls, use them. They don't roll over. So it's not like singular with rollover minutes. If you don't use them, you lose them. I think the 40-year-old virgin once said. But make sure that you do them and don't let them fall at the wayside, because especially for sales teams, this is value, value, value. And you want to keep on doing that. Know what I mean? So, how do you get to be a PickFu agency? We just go right here to the link. Adrian's going to drop it in the chatteroni and cheese over here, and just sign up. How much does it cost to be a PickFu certified agency partner? Nothing. Okay, so let me explain it. So it costs you nothing to be a PickFu certified agency, and when you become a PickFu certified agency, you get free daily mini polls. So it's nothing to get set up, and it's nothing for the daily mini polls. Do I have to sell you people anymore if you're not a Pick Food certified agency? It's zero. I don't, if I could offer you a better price than zero, I probably would. But anything less than zero, and that's just me Venmoing you 20 bucks and saying, please sign up. And I'm not doing that. Not today, folks. But that's what I'm saying. $0 to sign up and get certified. You get tons of value. I guarantee you that when your team starts using this strategically in sales outbound efforts, it's once you land the first deal off of sending off a PickFu poll to a prospect, you're going to be hooked. You're going to keep on doing it because you're giving value, value, value first. So Elvis had said, can we test on a storefront homepage? Absolutely. So let's say we go over here and here's the storefront homepage, right? And we can take this right here and we can do, now I use this kind of tool, but whatever screenshot tool that allow you to take a scrolling screenshot is more than fine. I use CleanShot. It's just the best one for me. It's only for Macs. Sorry if you use PC. But you're doing the exact same thing. Scrolling over here, right? And then that's it. And then you're taking this and you're doing the exact same thing. So the process doesn't change. It's just the way that you're applying it, right? So again, we're going to go over here. If you're shopping on Amazon deodorant, is this storefront clear enough for you to make a purchase? If not, why? That's open-ended. Or you can then switch it to click test and say, if you're shopping on Amazon for deodorant, please click on the area that resonates with you the most, or please click on the area where you're most informed and would most incline you to purchase, right? And then you're getting the clicks there, so on and so forth. Does that make sense? I hope that answered that question. Cool. Cool. Guys, like I said, make sure to head over to this, hit become an agency partner. You fill this stuff out. How did you hear about us? If you're not an agency partner, you say Johnny from PickFu. Now, if you put Johnny from PickFu right here and you're not a partner now, you will get $3 million in credits added to your account. I am 1000% kidding. Please don't do that. I don't want to get fired. But no, put just John from PickFu, Johnny from PickFu, just so Adrian knows I'm doing my job over here. Does that make sense? Anyone have any questions? It's a quick one today because it's value, 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 jab, jab, right hook. Just give you guys this kind of arm your sales team. Now, that being said, if after these calls or these master classes, if you have a sales team and you're like, John, this is great, can you hop on a call and just go deep dive with our sales team on this? More than happy to do that. Aspinall@pickfu.com is my email. Feel free to email me after you're PickFu certified. If you're already PickFu certified, feel free to email me. Happy to hop on call with your whole sales team, talk you through exactly ways to implement this, kind of just a little bit deeper than what we talked about today. And yeah, that's it, folks. Any last questions? Any last hurrahs? Anything I can do for you? You rock, Elise. Hannah says, what's the screenshot tool you're using again? It's CleanShot Pro. It's only available on Macs. There's no PC version, but it's CleanShot Pro. That's probably one of the best ones for if you have a Mac to just really take innovative kind of screenshots. I know that the co-founders here at PickFu, I got them to use it. So if they use it, it's good. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. And we will see you. Yeah. Adrian says, hope to see you all using your mini polls. We will be watching. I have dashboards set up and little lights that pop up and down where if I see you using them, then you're going to get a nice Slack message from me saying you're the best. All right, guys, we will see you next month for the July one. It's going to be, I don't know. Email me if you want a certain thing to focus on in July. We're happy to accommodate whatever you guys want to focus on. All right. We'll see you guys next time.